I'm so bored. Huh? Oh, that sounds fun. So, in case you didn't know, this is a game jam. And a game jam is basically where you sit down and try and make a game in a very short amount of time given around a certain theme. I've heard that game jams are an absolutely amazing way to increase your skills as a game developer, so I decided to join one. And let me tell you right now, this was one of the most fun and challenging things I've ever done, and I was actually so happy with how the final product turned out. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go back to the beginning when I first started the jam. So the theme for this jam was waves, so I decided to go ahead and start sketching up some ideas. After I got some of my ideas down on paper, I went ahead and popped into Unity and started to create my game. So the first thing I wanted to do was create a player, so I made a square and... Oh, wait a minute, I forgot to program him. So I went ahead into Visual Studio Code and started programming just like a normal person would. So after putting my keyboard through medieval torture for a couple hours, I managed to get a movement system that actually works. So after getting the movement system working in my game, I basically went back into Visual Studio and made an attack script that will let you shoot these bullets. But currently the game is looking a little bit bland, so let's go and make some animations. This is where me being mainly an artist came into play because I am a lot better at animating than I am coding. Oh no. So this was basically like a walk in the park for me. Eventually, after a little while, I whipped up this idle animation that I really liked. Back in Unity, my problems began whenever I started trying to make the animations actually play because they were really hard to link up. There was a lot of things in this project that were hard, but I think this really takes the cake. After many hours of wiring things together, I eventually got it working pretty good in my opinion, and I imported the shooting animations as well. So now that I had the basic prototype down, I went ahead and made a pause and a main menu screen. After I did those things, I went ahead and started making a tutorial zone that will teach the player how to use the various things I wanted to add to my game. Originally, at the beginning of this project, I had a way bigger scope for the game. I wanted 2 main areas and a boss fight, but near the middle of it, I kind of realized I did not have nearly enough time to do that. So I just kind of dialed it back a little bit and made a simpler game. And I'm very glad that I did that because I barely finished the main game. After I made the map, I looked at this thing that would give a professional game dev a heart attack, and I started making some textures. Since I wanted my game to be based around a radio station that's playing jazz music, I know, what a shocker, I wanted my game to have a kind of jazzy aesthetic. Here's a little bit of a showcase of what I made for the tutorial zone. Since the theme of the game is going to be waves, I made a system that will basically spawn enemies in waves that you have to defeat to pass through the next room. Here I was also showing how I made a health system. So yeah, that's how the tutorial room came out, and let's go... Oh, wait, no, you're not supposed to see that yet. Well, you already saw it anyway. So here's the main area that I was making and working on, and I also added a flying enemy that will... That's a little bit smaller than I wanted. This big, huge map didn't just pop into existence. I actually took, I think, about 3 or 4 days to make this entire map, and I'm actually really proud of how it turned out. I really used my art skills to my fullest by making all these textures and animations. I mean, I just am so surprised with how good this is turning out, and I also really like how the gameplay turned out as well. Now, it's not anything groundbreaking because I'm still not the best game developer, but for someone who hasn't had a lot of experience, I think this is actually amazing. In only a couple days, I whipped up some enemies, a puzzle system, and it was honestly so surprising. The puzzles aren't too hard, but they will take you a little bit to solve unless I'm just stupid. And the enemy wave system was actually pretty fun. The way the enemies just spawn in and actually work and start attacking you, it was so fun just seeing the entire game come together in this way. But now that that's done...
Look who decided to show up.
Yep, that's right. For the big finale of my game, I decided that I wanted to make a full boss fight. I wanted there to be a big and climactic ending to my game, and this was just the way to do it. And in the end, it turned out so much better than I ever thought I could do. But first I had to do my usual animating everything and then shoving every single file into my Unity folder thing. Who made this script again? So here are all the animations I whipped up in about a day, and I was actually pretty happy with how they turned out. And here's some footage of me animating them. After making this animation, I went ahead into Unity and made this much needed sound effect. I'm also going to show you guys how I made these cool wave effects. So back in Unity, to make the wave effect, I used Unity's particle system, a great system that you can use to make any kind of particle that you could ever want in Unity. So after using the strongest tool in all of Unity, I named it Enemy Projectile so that the player will take damage whenever they collide with it. So yeah, that's basically how it went about making my game in Unity. Make sure to stick around until after the showcase because I've got some announcements that I need to tell you guys. But without further ado, here's the showcase for my entire game that I made in under a month. Hey, if you're still watching up to this point, I really want to thank you for sticking around for so long. So in case you didn't know, I'm planning on making a video where I draw whatever you guys want me to draw. So if you want me to draw something, you can comment it down below. I'm also going to put the link to my game in the description in case any of you guys want to play it, and I'd really appreciate if you went and at least gave it a try. I had so much fun working on this game, and I am very, very proud of it. So yeah, thanks for watching my video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and with all that being said, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. See ya!